in Mecca, the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad, and later in Medina. Mecca was situated on one of the Middle East's principal trade routes and was an important religious center because of its shrine, the Kaaba. Merchants and visitors drawn to its annual fairs carried the news of the Prophet to distant lands. Early beginnings. At first, Islam was just a local religion, with a few followers led by Muhammad, who believed Allah was revealing his message to him. This belief brought Muhammad and his followers into conflict with the traders of Mecca, who did not want an important and profitable place of pilgrimage for Arabs with pagan beliefs threatened by the message that there was only one God. Muhammad was persecuted and eventually forced to leave. In 622, he and his followers moved to Yathrib, later named Medina, in a migration that became known as the Hijra. It marks the start of the Muslim calendar and of Islam as an organized religion. Medina. In Medina, Muhammad continued to receive divine revelations, including rules of law that he applied to the growing community of believers. By now, Mecca was hostile to Medina and launched a series of unsuccessful raids on the city. Muhammad was a skilled military leader who resisted attack and led an armed force of his own on Mecca in AD 630 to cleanse the city of its pagan worshippers. Muhammad's army met little resistance, and he took Mecca practically without bloodshed. Many people who were initially hostile to Islam now embraced it and became Muslims themselves. One of the Prophet Muhammad's first tasks was to cleanse the Kaaba of its idols and return to its original purity as a focal point for worship of the one God. To this day, it remains Islam's holiest site. Expansion. When the Prophet died in AD 632, there was disagreement over who should succeed him. A disagreement that later resulted in the division between the Sunni and Shia branches of Islam. Muhammad's successor was his father-in-law, Abu Bakr, who became the Caliph, or head of state. Under the first four caliphs, Islam expanded at a colossal rate into present-day Egypt, Syria, Iraq, and Iran. After the caliphs, the Umayyad dynasty took the faith west as far as Spain and Morocco, and east as far as India. Their successors, the Abbasids, made Baghdad, in present-day Iraq, their capital, and extended their territory still farther into Central Asia. In 1258, the Mongols took control of Baghdad and became Muslims themselves. In 1453, Constantinople, the Christian capital of the Byzantine Empire, fell to the Ottoman Turks and was eventually renamed Istanbul. Islam experienced another period of renewal in 1979 when the Iranian Revolution deposed the ruling monarch, the Shah of Iran, and introduced an Islamic state under the leadership of Ayatollah Khomeini.